Okay, so I'm going to do my review on the week 6 of 25-minute speed train. This workout, this program is, in my opinion, a 50-year-old woman who is trying to increase muscle mass, stay strong. I will not ever be a bikini competitor or anything like that. So this is just my opinion, and my friend agrees with me that I work out with. She is 46. So the program is very hard, and I don't mean that like it's impossible, but it's hard. And one thing that makes it so amazing when it is hard is that it's 25 minutes. And so like whenever you're like, oh my gosh, I just want to quit, you're about halfway through. So I mentioned last week something that Joel has called something called the dirty mofo. And it is dirty, it is hard. So what he does is, I want to mention the tracker thing again, because he'll tell you in there you don't need a tracker, there's no tracker included. But he'll tell you, what did you lift last week? Can you go heavier this week? It's not, I feel like you need a tracker, not in the sense of the program is the exact same, you're doing the same Bulgarian split squat. So there are none in this program because there's no bench. So what did you do last week with your Bulgarian split squat? What did you do? What can you do this week? It's not like that, and this is what I'm about to say will kind of explain that. So the dirty mofo workout is 60, 40, 20, 40, 60, and those are the seconds. And I believe you get a 15-second break in between. And what he tells you to do is you start with whatever your starting weight is, and then you go down, or you go up for 40, and then you go up for the 20, and he wants you to keep what you had with the 20 as long as you can into the 40 and 60, and drop set when necessary. That is so hard. So for example, for the dirty mofo, we did shoulder raises this week. I think that's right. The days kind of blur together since it is a 7-day program. It kind of gets confusing, but to try to do 10s after you've done them, it gets really hard. So at the gym we were at, they go 10, 8, 5, but of course we have 2 sets of 8s and we have more sets of 5s. And we needed 12s for another workout because it was just 15 and 10s, and we're supposed to do like a shoulder raise or something like that. You do want some lighter weights. Now we are using 60s and 55s for the hip thrusts and things like that. But having lighter weights is perfect. So sometimes we can do these at her house instead of having to go to the gym after our walk. I am not going to weigh or measure or do anything else until I finish this program, but I did check on my watch where it checks a bunch of different things, and my muscle mass is steadily increasing, which is what I want. My fat has gone down, and my the water levels in my muscles has gone up. And it has done that, and I think I showed the chart on here the other day showing where I don't measure very often. So that's part of a thing I do. My friend measures a lot more than I do, and her numbers aren't quite the same as mine. But like my VO2 max is excellent. It is like 1.2 away from superior. This is not to brag, I promise. This is just what I'm finding with what I'm doing. So I've heard that week 7 is even that he's gonna add dirty mofo into like total body. So I'm feeling like week 8, I'm worried that he's gonna throw in dirty mofos all week long. I would talk about soreness. That is a topic that has been discussed ad nauseum in the groups on Facebook. I have rarely been sore. I do not know if it is the supplements that I am taking. I do not know if it is because I have been working out for years and I'm coming from Joel's LiiftMore, and before that it was like 4 weeks of focus and 3-day split and dig deeper and hammer and chisel. I don't know if it's because of that I'm not sore, but I will tell you, I have learned that I've been doing chest presses wrong probably my entire life. I don't know. His instructions on how to get in position are excellent in this program. And I feel like I was doing more up here for a chest press, which then puts the strain on my shoulders. And I can say without a doubt that I have had a lot of shoulder pain during this time of my life, being 50. I have had frozen shoulder. I've had times where it's creaky, but by doing them here, which makes sense, where you would do a chest press would be here, doing chest presses like this, I have actually been sore a couple of times doing chest presses that way. I don't think I'm not sore now, but I was the day after for sure when we had to do the stretch and the warm up for core cardio. I could feel it. Core cardio, 2 or 3 times. And so he does this every single week. What I do like is you know what's coming per se by the program, lower, upper, total, or cardio, whichever way he does it, lower, upper, total, and then stretch. So it does not feel that bad when you're doing core cardio, although it is hard, I'm not gonna lie. Doing bear sit-throughs and bear walks with a hop, and then another plank with not high knees. What is that called? It's not high, we'll call it high knees. I can't remember what it's called. Where you're on in a plank position and your knees coming up, and then another plank move. You do get worn out. Yesterday, I laughed a couple times, and I can still kind of feel my core is still a little bit sore. So I'm not sore like my friend or everybody in the Facebook group pretty much. I don't understand, but I have experienced some soreness. So if you are going to do this program, be prepared that you might be sore. Make sure you do the stretch and mobility. That is the day 7. Get a foam roller. If you do tend to be sore, I would look up things that you can do to prevent that. Because I can remember years ago when I would kind of work out and kind of stop and work out and kind of stop. I can remember just trying to walk down steps, going to pee, like the legs hurt so bad. So if this is going to be something that you want to do, be prepared for the soreness. Again, I'm not sure why I'm not that sore. I feel like it must be my supplements. I do take a creatine, and it has HMB in it, which I forget what that is, but that is supposed to help with muscle recovery and the speed of muscle recovery and to help prevent soreness. So I feel like it's got to be something like that. I'm not some special person. I think that's going to be it. I am worried about week 7, and I'm worried about week 8. And then I will come back and do a couple more reviews because, like I said previously, we're going to go back and do week 7 again for LiiftMore. We didn't finish week 8, but I've heard that week 8 is going to be it's the hardest week of the program, which makes sense. So I'm going to go back and do week 7 and compare how we feel. I've still got the paper, believe it or not, with my ADHD brain, I still have this because I have a bag in my car with my stuff in it. That's the only reason I still have the paper. But I still have our tracker so we can go to the gym and track. But if this program is doing what I think it's doing, I love that it's 25 minutes, even though it is one of the hardest programs I've ever done. I think of Autumn and her pistol squats and how bad that was, but that wasn't the whole program. But I do think this is worth it. I've heard of people having some great results. I've not, I don't want to keep measuring away. I want to wait till week 8 to just see where I end up at. Again, I can show the chart from my phone and take some screenshots. I do walk Monday through Friday. I don't get a lot of steps on the weekend, barely at 3,000 steps. When I do my meal prep and stuff in the kitchen on the weekends, I don't get a lot of steps. I'm doing a lot of standing and working, but I'm not doing a lot of walking, I guess. But I do walk Monday through Friday. I wear a weighted vest, 16 pounds. I walk depending on our schedule because her son has football practice, and we try to walk in between while he's at football practice. So it's in between 2.5. I don't want to get 4 miles at her house. I can get 4 miles at the gym on the treadmill with the weighted vest, and then we're doing this program, focusing on high protein. I'm trying to get carbs in, maybe breakfast and lunch or snack, and then more low carb the rest of the day. That's it. If you have questions, please ask. I don't, and I hope I don't come off as like being like bragging, because believe me, I have nothing to brag about, I promise. If you have any questions about this program, or if you've done the program and you want to share your thoughts, I feel free to share. The 25 minutes is phenomenal, and the workout that we're getting in 25 minutes, I am shocked at how amazing that is. That is it. Again, if you have any thoughts or questions, feel free to share or ask. Bye. Ugh.